The statement that I read earlier on attributed to the chairman of your party saying they're going to form a parallel government.
Yes.
What do you make of it?
Well, that is a position.
Do you see it as inciting?
I don't think so. I don't think it's inciting. Why is that inciting? There's nothing that incites about that.
My Naija people, how na dey? So last week, accusation of treason dominated the polity, especially after Information Minister Lai Mohammed's outing in Washington, D.C., USA. Going by the much that Lai Mohammed said, it would appear that the federal government had accused Peter Obi and his vice, Datti Baba Ahmed, of making statements that amounts to treason. It appears that the particular statement that caused all of the uproar, especially in the camp of the APC, is the much said by the Labour Party vice presidential candidate Datti Baba Ahmed.
We're now talking about a constitutional breach. Where you have a constitutional breach, there is no president-elect. I dare tell you, with all humility, we do not have a president-elect in Nigeria today. What Alhaji Tinubu is holding is a dud certificate, is a dud check. There are no funds in that account. It will bounce. You cannot swear in a president whose certificate of return assaults the Constitution, because the Constitution is the platform on which a presidency rests. Mr. President, do not organize that handover. CJN, your lordship, do not swear in this man so long as that problem is not cured. Swearing in Alhaji Tinubu is as good as swearing in a military regime. They are both unconstitutional. Section 134 says the president shall have scored, not in exact wordings, at 25% in each of at least 2/3 of the states of the federation and the Federal Capital Territory.
Yeah, but that's a question of,
it could not be any clearer than this.
Interpretation.
There is no interpretation.
Well,
I told you,
yeah,
the Constitution is not a puzzle to be solved. The Constitution is a document simplified to be followed.
And just before we continue, I want to specially appeal to you to subscribe if you have not already done so, and please do like the video. It is the least you can do to support me. Thank you very much. Now let's get back into the analysis. Nigerians in some quarters are now having to look back into recent history. Because the internet doesn't forget, critics are now accusing the proponents of the treason allegation, who are mainly top officials of the APC and the federal government, of hypocrisy and double standard. Going by videos and newspaper publication now emanating, it would appear that the APC themselves did far worse in 2015, talking about inciting statements. Tribune Online has confirmed the claim that the APC did threaten to form parallel government if the 2015 elections are rigged. Findings reveal that the APC, ahead of the 2015 general elections, said that it would form a parallel government if the elections were rigged in favor of the PDP. The leadership of the APC released a statement in November 2014 saying that it would not recognize the outcome of the 2015 elections if they were rigged and would go ahead to form a parallel government. Yeah, they said that categorically. John Odige Oyegun, who was APC national chairman at the time, had earlier said the same in August 2014. Yemi Osinbajo also corroborated the claim during a town hall meeting in Washington, D.C., USA in 2014 when he said, "It is important to bear in mind that it is really up to the ruling government, PDP, to ensure that the elections are free and fair. And we made our points repeatedly that it is up to the ruling party to ensure the election is fair." Osinbajo continued, "You will never find crisis anywhere that is free and fair election. For instance, the June 12 election we are talking about, there was no violence because there was free and fair election. In the event that there is electoral robbery, that is being robbed of our rightful votes, that will establish a parallel government," Osinbajo was quoted saying. Furthermore, see the much that Yemi Osinbajo, in a Chinese interview before the 2015 election, said.
The statement that I read earlier on attributed to the chairman of your party saying they're going to form a parallel government.
Yes.
What do you make of it?
Well, that is a position.
Do you see it as inciting?
I don't think so. I don't think it's inciting. Why is that inciting? There's nothing that incites about that. I don't think that would necessarily lead anyone to violence or lead anyone to do anything.
Forming a parallel government, that's not calling for anarchy.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But it could be.
No, not necessarily. Look at cases. Look at cases. Let's look at political history. Look at cases where where the government, for instance, has decided on where the government decides that they're going to ignore the wishes of the electorate and simply override the wishes of the electorate. What the opposition has usually done in such cases is to reject the results of the elections and to say that they will constitute their own government, that they will constitute a government. That is simply a way of taking a stand. It simply is taking a stand against the government and putting the government under pressure. That has happened in several places in Africa, several places in the world, where people have said, on account of electoral injustice, they are going to do certain things and all of that. And if they do so, so long as they do not call anyone to violence, all they're saying is that we are also going to constitute ourselves into a government. If you fail if you are unjust, or if you ignore the wishes of the electorate. Personally, I don't think that that's necessarily inciting.
A parallel government is a form of an alternative, often rebellious government that runs alongside the main government in power. According to Section 37 of Nigeria's Criminal Code, forming a parallel government is a treasonable offense. Nigeria has had no record of a full-fledged parallel government. The closest any part of Nigeria has experienced is with the Boko Haram terrorists attempting to run a state within a state by hoisting flags and taking over villages and towns in the northeast. So comparing the models that Osinbajo just said and Datti Baba Ahmed, coincidentally, we are looking at two vice presidential candidates here, Yemi Osinbajo in 2015 and Datti Baba Ahmed in 2023. So comparing the models that he said, who do you think is really culpable of treason if we are to look at the matter dispassionately and objectively? Osinbajo or Datti? Please feel free to drop your thoughts in the comment section, and do remember to like the video and share if you don't mind. My Naija people, una do well.